Ayan. Okay. Ano ba yung next? So kanina you were telling me about strengths and weaknesses yun nga. Na ang weakness, kapag hindi mo sila makontak, wala ka na talagang ibang way. Other
And
than,
meron pa, usually pag finals, so, though hindi ko pa siya na-experience sa buong duration ng course, pero ang nakalagay kasi doon, you have to take the test sa nearest embassy. For example, offshore kasi ako since wala ako sa Pinas. So, I need to go to the embassy para mag-take ng exam. Though hindi ko pa siya na-experience kasi wala pa naman ganun na nangyayari. Pero sabi daw nila, um, yung parang final exam, since this is the last,
parang
parang I need to,
compre.
parang compre. So, I need to go pa sa embassy. Parang from my place, going to the embassy, parang pamasahe ko na siya pabalik ng Pinas. Alam mo yun, ganun. So, medyo hindi siya practical for me.
Pero overall, at least one time, kumbaga one time thing naman siya.
Oo, yun.
Okay. Tapos, would you use it again? And would you recommend this mode of learning to others?
Yes, I will use OU again or distance education. And I will recommend it to my friends na seryoso mag-aral. Meaning, they have time, they can manage their time well kasi hindi siya biro. Yung degree ng pagbabasa mo or pag-aaral mo, mas parang doble pa siya sa regular class. So,
Talaga? Actually, now that you mention it, ano yung mga mahalagang skills for you to be able to complete the course? And did you have to learn them? Or meron ka na talaga ng skills na yun? What adjustments did you have to make?
actually, ano ba yung pinakamahalagang skill para maka-survive ka sa OB is yung time management. Yun. Kasi usually kaya ka nag-OU kulang ka sa time sa mag-attend ng formal lessons or malayo yung school or walang available na school for you. So, yun yung pinaka-importante. If you can manage your time well, magsusurvive ka. And if matyaga kang mag-follow lahat ng deadlines and instructions. Like, for example, week one, kailangan mo mag-post ng mga required 3 comments sa mga forums. So, yun, dapat lagi kang updated.
Okay. Nabanggit mo kanina yung parang doble pa yung effort mo compared to coming to. What do you mean by that?
Nasabi ko na doble yung effort mo na mag-OU compared sa regular class. Kasi, pag sa regular class, parang you are just, for example, sa isang unit, sa isang subject, parang in a week, 2 beses ka lang papasok sa isang linggo. Then, parang i-total mo yun sa buong STEM, manageable. Pero dito, condensed kasi yung topics. Tapos yung required na assignments nyo, parang gagawin mo within a small period of time. So, parang yung thesis mo, ginawa mo siyang isang buwan. Parang, usually gagawin mo siya ng isang sem. So, medyo yung ganun. Hindi talagang, yung time mo, i-consume niya.
Tapos nahirapan ka ba mag-adjust or medyo sanay ka nang mag-balance before pa? Or was it something na dapat mo?
Adjustment, okay, wala naman ako naging problema sa adjustment. Though minsan, hindi mo naman naiwasan na may overtime sa work. So, napupuyat ka, pero kaya pa din.
So, baka gusto mo i-share yung past experience mo dito sa Pinas na nakatulong sa yung maging good time manager.
Before kasi when I was there sa Pinas, Time management. Ayun. I was teaching preschool ng 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then, reading coach ng 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Good evening. Diba? Ayun.
Ah,
So, I was doing 2 jobs in a day. So, I think doon ko na kuha yung skill sa pag-manage ng time properly. So, madja-juggle mo siya lahat. Yun. So, I think it helps me a lot.
okay. How comfortable were you with the technology in the beginning of the course? What about in the middle and at the end? Meron bang naging changes?
In terms of technology sa distance learning, wala akong naging problem because hindi naman siya bago for me. So, okay lang siya lahat.
Okay. How do you feel about assessment? Ano yung mga ways by which you were assessed in class?
Ways that we were assessed in class, yung evaluation by evaluation ng professor and evaluation ng peer and self-evaluation. So, or assessment. So, I think na-justify naman base. Na-justify naman lahat yung effort and grades.
Okay. Tapos ano yung mga basis? Like ano yung forms ng assessment? You were kanina mentioning about forum, mga ganyan. Ano yung mga parang nire-require nila?
Yung required for assessment, usually they will give you paper, like 2 papers in the SEM. So, yun. Dun yung una. Tapos, you need to participate in forums every week. Like, you need to post a minimum of 3 posts and comments. Then, usually, yung discussions, doon nagre-rely yung professor to grade, to assess the students. And yung submissions ng mga written exams and papers.
Yung group work, kanina sabi mo yung mga group work. Ano yun, project?
Project, paper. Assignment.
Paper pa rin siya.
Paper pa rin. Wala namang chance na magkaroon kayo ng parang yung gagawa kayo ng like, yung mapapresent nyo in the class. Parang wala. So, puro lahat siya paper.
So, meron ka bang mga changes na marirecommend or suggested na effective assessment methods na hindi niyo nagagamit sa class?
Siguro yung more on yung evaluation ng peer-to-peer. Ng peer. Kasi, or yung mga group mates. Kasi usually, ang evaluation or assessment lang lagi is from the teacher. Minsan, may mga group mates na hindi nagpa-perform. So, gusto mo siyang ibagsak. Diba? So, hindi naman pwede. Mga ganun. Yun.
Okay. Where have you focused your efforts and why? Like, what activities or preparation for your classes seem most important?
Pinaka-importante yung reading. Yung required reading within a week. Yung dapat mo siyang mabasa before ka contribute dun sa forum. Kasi dun lahat ng gagaling yung ideas.
Okay. Tapos, what's your overall opinion of the course?
For me, my overall opinion, it helped me kasi I can apply it to my work. And then, mas marami akong natutunan in terms of theories, content, concept, and application. So, all in all, okay siya.
Okay. And you are graduating hopefully.
Ngayon.
Yes, malapit na. Okay, thank you, Ja. See you pagbalik ko dito.
Oo. See you soon.
See you soon. Ayan na, yehey, tapos na.